Hi, I'm Ryan with Front End Audio, and this is the large diaphragm condenser from Hendyamps. The first thing you're going to notice about it is its unique finish. That is a hand-distressed finish, so no two microphones will ever look the same. They're using belt sanders, fire pits, spray paint, the whole 9 yards to create unique one-off finishes, and these microphones are just as unique as the way they look. Chris didn't like the fact that he really couldn't find a microphone that could do everything in a studio, so he set out to create that himself. Starts with a C12 style capsule, which will give you a lot of air, nice bright shimmeriness in the upper mids, full balanced punchy mid-range, and a dimensional bottom end. So you have this really nice kind of blank canvas, high fidelity, wide frequency response canvas to start with. That's going to make the microphone very utilitarian to begin with. And then he adds this. You can think of this pot right here as really kind of like the tone knob on a guitar. Open it all the way up and get all the fidelity and everything possible out of this capsule. Then start to turn it down and you start to smooth out, roll off, kind of just take away the top end a little bit to a really dark, meaty, almost ribbon-esque kind of sound. This allows you to tailor the microphone's performance to the sound source. So say you're doing outside a kick drum or bass guitar or even guitar cabs, probably want to maybe on a little bit on the darker side or something of that nature. Put it in the center, maybe for clean electric, drum overheads, drum room, or maybe you want some of that shimmer in your drum overheads and you put it all the way up and use that on piano as well. The whole point is that you have this full range, high fidelity C12 capsule in there. You put it in front of the sound source and then you adjust the tone to get it to really complement and tailor the mic's performance to the sound source, making it very powerful, very flexible. That's a very cool feature that no other mic does. And that right there makes this a do-everything microphone, just like Chris set out to do. Below that is a pad. It's in the off position and with it on. There's no real set, reduction, but basically that is the circuit, the pad circuit from the Warhol. And really what it was is they set this microphone in front of, like loud vocalists, guitar cabs, drum overheads, all that kind of stuff. And they wanted to create a pad that let the microphone handle those loud sound sources without really compromising the frequency response and performance of the microphone. And that's where they decided to take the pad circuit from the Warhol and retrofit it into this microphone. So even when the pad is engaged, you're not sacrificing the fidelity of the capsule, the frequency response, and that allows you to maintain consistency in the performance and the tonal, structure, the tonal kind of settings that you're getting out of the microphone. And I know you want to hear how that performs, so let's go ahead and plug it up and show you just how this microphone performs. All right, and here is the LDC from Hendyamps in action. I'm about 8-9 inches away from the microphone. Again, fully cardioid. I have the tone knob all the way up and I have the pad disengaged. So you're hearing the raw microphone. If we click in the pad, you'll hear, now we hear the microphone with the pad, and there is, on peaks, it's around a -10 dB and -20 to -15 on RMS. So it's performing in around that functionality. And now we'll go back to no pad, so we're hearing the microphone at full volume. This actually has a pretty hot output. I was easily able to overdrive the preamps with the output that this microphone handles. So whether you're dealing with soft sound sources or loud sound sources, this microphone is going to handle it, which again speaks to its nature of being a do-everything microphone. You're hearing it with the tonal knob all the way up. Let's go ahead and cut it all the way down just to show you the extremes. And there it is, all the way down. You hear that roll off in the top end that gives it a much meatier, fuller, darker kind of tone. Again, to me, this is something that I'd probably use on bass cab, guitar cab, outside a kick drum, something of that nature. Maybe come up here, we'll go ahead and sweep all the way back up kind of slowly. We're at the noon, now we're going past the 3, and now we're all the way up. That's around 5, and you can hear just the tonal sweeps that you get and how smooth it is, right? That's the thing that I love, is how smooth it is. So you can really say, okay, for this, the brighter sound I want on my piano or my drum overheads or things of that, and maybe drum room, and maybe you want to kind of smooth out your cymbals. Maybe you got brighter cymbals like Sabians or something like that, and you want to like take some of that brightness out of them. You sit it here to the noon position, and you hear how you hear the tonal change, but it's nice and smooth. Again, that allows you to take that wide frequency response, high fidelity C12 capsule and really just tailor it to the sound source and say, okay, well, for my vocal, I want it a little bit bright, but not too much. So we go over here to the 3 o'clock position, and that's where I really like it on the vocals. So you're able to use that in combination with the pad without losing any of the fidelity or tonal characteristics of the microphone, so that you can really tailor it to the sound source. And that just, again, nails it with what they set out to do at Hendyamps by creating a microphone that really just does it all. For more information on the Hendyamps LDC, all the great products brought to you by Hendyamps, and for all your pro audio needs, please give us a call at Front End Audio and check us out on the web at frontendaudio.com. Thank you.